Hello everyone! So we just got back home from the inaugural sailing of the Norwegian Prima. The ship sailed from Reykjavik, Iceland to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and that was a pretty awesome cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like once in a lifetime kind of deal.
It really was. The itinerary was incredible. Being on, the inaugural sailing of a brand new ship and brand new class of ship was really, really cool. But today what we're going to do is talk about what we liked and what we didn't like about the ship itself. Not necessarily the itinerary, because this ship is really cool in the fact that it's not going to have one set itinerary. It's going to do Europe in the summer, Caribbean in the winter. It's going to go all over the world. So we're going to focus on the ship in this video.
Right. And the ship is going to be coming to the United States.
It is, yes. It's doing a couple more sailings in Europe, and then it's coming back over here to the U.S., and it's going to sail from New York and Florida and Galveston and all over the place. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, let me just start off and say it is a spectacular ship, inside and out. It is very cosmetically appealing. It is a beautiful ship.
It is. So we have always been drawn to the hulls of NCL with all the beautiful artwork that's on them. And so they've taken Prima and they've kind of toned down that hull art, but it's still absolutely beautiful. It's kind of got a neutral blue color, very soothing. And then I think that Norwegian has taken bits and pieces from all different ships, not just Norwegian ships, but ideas from other cruise lines, and put them together in this ship that's really cohesive. It's a good flowing floor plan. It's got a lot to offer, a lot of different indoor and outdoor spaces.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that we did not get a chance to do on the ship, but there are some things that we did do, and we can tell you about that experiences, which is what we're about to do right now.
Okay, so let's start with the cabin, because a lot of people need to know about their cabins. We had a balcony cabin on the ship.
Great cabin.
I really liked the use of space in this cabin. So sometimes balconies can feel tight on the inside, and this one did not. It felt very open. We were technically in a family balcony, which is a tiny bit bigger than a standard balcony, but still I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference. The main difference you're going to feel is in the bathroom.
And it is a really good and big difference. First of all, big boys and big girls of all sizes. We can sit down on the toilet and not rub shoulders up against the wall. You have a lot of room while you're sitting on the toilet. Kind of a big deal. The shower, you walk into the shower, really big open shower for such a small room.
It is.
It is fantastic. Huge upgrade in the bathrooms.
So if you've ever stayed in a mini suite on the Breakaway or Breakaway Plus class, the bathroom in there is very similar to the standard bathroom that everybody gets on the Prima. So you've got not that little corner shower where you can barely turn around. It's like a full-size shower, very nice, big sink, a lot of counter space, and it just doesn't feel cramped in there. I like that.
It's like one big square. You got the shower, the toilet, and the sink and everything in one big open area. It's very functional, and it's probably the nicest bathroom on any ship we've been on.
Yeah, for a standard balcony,
for a standard balcony, for sure.
Yeah.
So that is definitely a like.
It is. And I was able to sneak a peek in an interior cabin. The interiors do have the same bathroom, so it's not just for the balconies. All the standard cabins have this same bathroom, which I think is great. Also, the balcony itself is a big balcony. So a lot of times the balconies are very cramped and you can kind of barely move out there.
Yeah, it's real wide. And another thing was the patio furniture was like better than anything we've been on before. It's like wicker, rattan kind of. It's like something you would have on the back porch of your house.
Yeah, it had a pad on it. Actually, you could recline the seat back a little bit. Very comfortable. I sat out there many times and just enjoyed the cool breeze and sitting on the patio, and that was the most comfortable balcony chair that we've ever experienced.
Very comfortable.
Okay, so moving into the inside of the ship. So let's talk about inside first, then outside. The inside areas, so whenever you first come into Prima, you're in the atrium. And this is where
they've made some changes.
And I'm not going to give this a positive or a negative here. It's just different. So we're used to, in that Breakaway and Breakaway Plus class, that big open atrium where, the upper floors are
Oceans and you can look down.
And the local looking down.
The big Jumbotron TV. None of that.
Yeah. It's 3 individual floors. Now you can stand in the middle and you can see each floor. So you can see. The good thing is, if there is entertainment, it carries. The sound carries up or carries down.
And that can also be a bad thing, depending.
That is true.
Yeah.
But they make sure not to have simultaneous music going on. So if you've got music on deck 6, you're not going to have it on 7 or 8.
But like Elisa said, it's just different. I'm going to say I like the old way better, but this is very new and modern and beautiful.
It is absolutely beautiful. I
It's
love how the staircases kind of wind down.
I'm just a little slower to change than she is, but I liked the big Jumbotron and the kind of old style, or the style that I'm used to on the NCL ships. Mm-hmm. But this is very different. I like it, just not sure I like it more.
It's just taking a little bit of getting used to. The theater, on the other hand, I think they did a great job with the theater. So the theater is multi-purpose on this ship. It is a theater, and then at night, the seating is actually like stadium seating, that they can push the stadium seating back.
It becomes a dance floor.
Yeah.
For like they turn it into a club.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the club. But it turns into a club, and you can get out there and dance. And we've talked to many people that went to the club and danced, and they said it was awesome.
We didn't make it there. We weren't up that late.
Yeah. No, but we did see Kool and the Gang. We did see Shaka Khan play, and they pushed the seating back and opened up the dance floor, and everybody would come down out of the seating area and dance. It was really cool.
Yes, it is neat how they could adjust the theater based on the show. So Kool and the Gang wanted people up and dancing, so they pushed the seating back and left an open dance floor. At Shaka Khan, there was no dance floor. Everything was pushed forward, so it was more of a traditional, stadium seating in there. But I thought that was really neat how the use of space in there. So instead of having a separate dance floor or dance club that's not getting used most of the time, reincorporating that space. Mm-hmm. Note on that though, if you're booking a cabin, beware of space. Do not book near the theater or you might not sleep.
That's right. You'll be pumping all night long when you don't want to. The food.
Oh yeah, so the food hall is phenomenal. Okay, so the
food hall, meaning like you talking about Indulge?
Yes, Indulge food hall.
This is a totally different concept. Completely awesome. Mm-hmm. Very, very cool. I will say that dinner was better than the lunch.
Yes, it was. And it's all complimentary. So I think that's great because Norwegian is known for their specialty dining, and there's plenty of that. But Indulge is open for everybody every night at no charge. So basically you can go sit at one table and you can order off a touchscreen menu from like 7 or 8 different restaurants all in that little food hall area, and they'll bring it right to your table. So if you want, some noodles from the Chinese place and some naan from the Indian place, that's okay. You can order it all in one place and they'll bring it all to you.
Yeah, super, super cool. They even got some little food trucks there. You can get some little cantina food,
I love that.
Little tacos and tostadas and things of that nature. Yeah, that was really, really neat.
Yeah, love that area.
They have ice cream there. They also have Starbucks, which that's not included.
Right.
But they have a Starbucks in that area for all you coffee drinkers. They had actually 2 Starbucks on that ship. One on, was it deck
7?
Deck 7, which is right there in the atrium, and then one on deck 8 at Indulge.
Yep. So the only 2 things that are not free of charge in Indulge is Starbucks and Coco's, which is kind of like an upscale dessert, but they do have scooped ice cream and a dessert bar that's included at no charge.
And I will say that our service was super fast.
Yes.
There was a lot. I haven't seen this many workers in a long time. There was a lot of crew member, and they are fast. At least they were on this sailing.
I'm glad you said that because that's actually a selling point of Prima, is that they're decreasing the number of guests on the ship. So they're saying it's 1,000 fewer guests than the Breakaway Plus class, but with the same amount of crew. So you've got more of that guest to crew ratio. So like Jason said, you've got that faster experience.
You can definitely tell it and feel it. And that's makes for a more positive cruise for sure, at least in my book.
Oh yeah. Now, so because Indulge is very large and it takes up, a lot of space on deck 8, they decreased the size of the buffet. And at first we walked in, this was before we saw Indulge, I'm like, why is the buffet so small?
Yeah, usually it's on both sides, right?
Yeah.
You can go take a left, you can go to right, and it makes a big circle. This is just one side.
It is, but once we discovered Indulge, we're like, oh, okay, this makes sense, because you don't need that giant buffet when you have the Indulge food hall. So don't if you go into the buffet first, because so many of us, we're used to, what do? We get on the cruise ship, we go to the buffet and have lunch.
Yeah.
Not knowing that, hey, there's something different to go try.
It's smaller, but that's okay.
But it's open like almost all day, and there's 2 sections. So there's the main buffet section, and then there's the grill section. The grill is open all the time, so you can get burgers and hot dogs and stuff like that all day long. It never shuts down, and then they only have a very small window of shutdown in between servings.
Yeah. If you haven't seen our Prima tour, go check that out. We'll drop the link down below. And also we have our boarding video. We have a whole series of the Prima. Check those out as well. You'll see that they had this beautiful seafood extravaganza. That is not typically included. That was just on the inaugural sailing. So don't be fooled by that. We've had a lot of people say, well, that's not fair. And you know what? Sometimes things aren't fair. But I thought it was fantastic. Just letting you know, it's not included.
That's not typical.
Bummer. Should be, right? It should be.
They do. I mean, I've been on other NCL sailings where they have a seafood night on the buffet. It's not that extravagant, but they do that sometimes.
Yeah. And I say that lightheartedly.
Yes.
All right. So.
But finishing up on food.
Food was killer.
The food was great. We did not have any specialty dining on this sailing because it was a special inaugural. We could not get into any of the specialty dining restaurants. But Indulge Food Hall was awesome. We ate in the main dining room a couple of nights. The food was very good and the service was very quick.
The Indian food, oh my gosh. That Indulge was fantastic. I got the chicken tikka masala every single night. I could just bathe in that stuff. It's so good.
And the garlic naan, they make the garlic naan fresh when you order it. Yeah. So you might get your other food and you're like, where's my naan? It's because they're making it fresh.
Oh, and you can watch them actually. They have this big glass window. You can actually watch them make it.
Yeah,
I got some on camera one time.
But as far as evening spaces, this ship does have Sid Norman's Poorhouse. So that was a big favorite in the Breakaway, and then they did the Cavern Club and the Breakaway Plus ships.
Again, this wasn't a typical sailing. It was a bunch of travel agents and corporate people on there. It was not a typical cruise, but we really got a good taste of it nonetheless. Yeah. So we didn't get to see, the shows were set up different. Like they brought Kool and the Gang, like I said, and Shaka Khan. So they had special shows set up for all the VIPs that were there, the corporate guys and stuff. That was neat. But we missed out on a lot of the regular shows that I really enjoyed at Sid's Poorhouse.
Yeah, I think they only had the house band play one night. Of course, that was the one night we were tired and went to bed early, so we did miss it.
It was like a tribute to Fleetwood Mac. Oh, yeah. They call it the Rumors. They did the whole album, and then they have one night where they did just a bunch of 70s, 80s, 90s, and current hits. But we did not get a chance to hear them because we were just so busy, but we were told they were fantastic. Usually, from what we've heard in the past, and this being a new ship, I can probably guarantee they're going to be awesome.
I'm sure they are, yeah. And then there's a comedy club, and we did sit in on one of the comedians, and he was hilarious. We were literally crying. It was so funny. And then they've got all the bars that you're used to. You've got the humidor, you've got this big open Manhattan area, which is kind of new, and you order your drinks on a touch screen. So all those areas that you're used to on the inside of the ship are still there.
That's right. Yep, guys and ladies. For those of you that like to smoke stogies, there's a humidor in there. It's very nice.
Yeah. We are not casino people, so we did not play the games in the casino, but we did walk through, and it's a big, nice, open casino. I know that there is a smoking section and a non-smoking section for those who are interested in that as well.
Yeah. Loved going back to deck 8. probably one of my favorite decks because they had the local. The local is very different, but in a good way. It's a really long bar. It's got some really nice seating across from it with the windows, and you can look out onto deck 8 where they have a walk around deck.
Yes.
Outside with all this, they've incorporated all this amazing seating throughout deck 8, and they have an infinity pool, and then they have loungers that are like sitting next to these little water, I don't even know what you call them, water thingies.
Yeah.
So like you can, get out of your lounger and stick your feet in it. It's really, really cool. And again, you'll see it on our Prima videos.
Yeah, the deck 8 area is definitely hands down the best. So Norwegian came up with the concept of the waterfront and started that on the breakaway ship. And it has just taken that waterfront and expanded it. So it's not just, the dining concept. There is lovely seating everywhere. There is a sculpture garden. There's this big area where you walk on glass, literally, and you look down and the ocean is below you.
If any of you have ever been on the Celebrity Edge, they have a place called the Eden, and there's a lot of that incorporated into deck 8. It's really, really, and like I said, the seating, it's all a little different. Some have hanging chairs, and some have big beds, and some have little cabanas over here, and couches, and it's really, really cool. They even got some self-serve beer taps.
Yeah, they sure do.
One on each side. They were not working while we were there, but they do have those. You can just, I'm not sure exactly how they work, but it looked like you could just put your card in there and they'll charge you.
Fill her up.
But you can fill her up.
But yeah, they also have dining seating outside on deck 8, so you can go into Indulge and get food and bring it outside to eat.
And dine,
Oh, and the local actually had outdoor seating. We did sit out there once and order from the local. And the local, for those of you who don't know, is 24-hour dining.
And I like how they incorporated that. They don't have like the waterfront. They have the waterfront seating, but there's typically a railing between that and the walkway. Well, they took that railing out. It's just all one big open area.
Yeah.
So it flows better.
It does, yeah. And also on deck 8 is where if you do the slides that start up on deck 18, you get off on deck 8. But they strategically placed them to where you can go right inside on the elevator and go right back up if you want to ride again.
And they have one big water slide. It's got like, the ones that go down, it pops out like a bowl. You pop out into this bowl thing and then shoot out. They have that. That's really cool. We did not ride that. It was a little chilly. But they have 2 dry slides, one on each side. Which one is a drop slide. You stand there, the floor drops out, and you spiral all the way down to deck 8. And then the other one is, there's 2 different ones.
It's called the rush. And you can actually race, so 2 people can go at the same time.
So you get a mat, and you go down it on a mat. Now, Lisa went down.
I did. It was a lot of fun. So I was like kind of scared because it's, a 10-story slide, but once you get on, it doesn't go like you're thinking you're just going to fly and it's going to be really scary. It wasn't. It went at a good pace where it was fun, but not scary at all.
So we like the entertainment, lots of things to do. There was also right there, they have the go-karts, which is an extra charge. They have the mini golf, which is a really, really, really cool mini golf.
It is.
But it's an extra charge. They have the darts, which was really, really cool. But there is an extra charge. It's a bit pricey.
Yeah.
That's the dislike.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of dislikes, but I think that's going to be where it comes into play.
A common dislike.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I understand the need to charge for the go-karts because if you didn't charge for the go-karts, the lines would be ridiculous. Nobody would ever get to ride and you would have those complaints.
Sure.
So I don't have a problem with the charge for the go-karts. Maybe $10 instead of $15 might be right. But anyway.
Yeah.
The mini golf is a $10 per person charge, which I think is a little bit high, but you do at the end get to, on the last hole, try and win a prize. And the prizes go from a free round of mini golf, an hour in Galaxy Pavilion, free this, free that, gift cards, or up to a free cruise. So there is potential for that $10 to turn into something pretty big. That could be really cool.
You might win something and you might not.
Yeah.
Galaxy Pavilion. We did not play any of the games, but you get the idea. There's all these virtual reality games. There's There's race car games. There's simulating games. There's golf simulation. There's all kind of neat things to do for adults and kids alike. That is not included. You gotta pay for that.
Yep. And so you can pay for like an hour, or you can pay for, there's different packages. We're not gamers. Now our kids, we would have had to drag them out of there. It's just not our thing. That's why we didn't go in there and play. But we walked through, and it's a super cool area if that's your jam.
Yep. I occasionally like the race car games.
Yeah, we just didn't make it in there.
We just didn't do it this time.
No, the funny thing is you've got this high energy area, Galaxy Pavilion, and then wrapping around Galaxy Pavilion is the chill area, which is the observation lounge.
Total contrast. So you get all tweaked up in the Galaxy Pavilion, then go cool down in the observation lounge, which was a very nice observation lounge. Has a bar. The only thing I didn't see was a place where they made snacks and things of that nature.
They did. They didn't have them up when we were in there.
Oh, okay.
It was a very small area where they would put like afternoon snacks out.
Okay, well, good. So, but it was very nice. We sat in there a couple of times. Got a big, nice bar there. And now that we know that they serve snacks, that's one of my favorite places on those ships.
It is, and also they were very tech savvy whenever they built this area. All the tables have charging ports. So if you need a place just to go sit and chill, do your social media, check your phone, bring your charger, and you can plug it in right there.
They're a little bit hidden. You have to look for them. And if you can't find them, just ask one of the bartenders or somebody that's coming around waiting on you. They'll show you where it's at. Well, that's what they had to do for us.
Yeah, because we
where
couldn't
is
find
it? We don't see it.
We know there's plugs. Where are the plugs? The observation lounge is really cool whenever you're pulling into a port. Like if you don't have an early morning port, like for instance for us, we pulled into Amsterdam in the middle of the afternoon, and we had to go through the locks in Amsterdam, and we've never seen that before. So we were trying to watch it from the outside decks and really couldn't get a good view. We went into the observation lounge and had that perfect straight on view of going into the locks. That was awesome.
You don't got to deal with the wind, smacking you in the face. It was really nice.
Yep.
So likes. Not a whole lot of dislikes, as you can tell.
Yeah, no, okay, let's see if we can actually think of any dislikes.
Let's focus here.
I think that the only dislike that I'm going to say is, charging for some of the extras, which, like I said, I get why some of them are charged.
I mean, why would you like that?
I know. I mean, because, it is what it is. But
pay good money to get on those ships. I think it all should be included, but the go-karts, I get it. Like, it's cuts down on crowd control. Yep. And I do believe that it should be dropped down to $10.
I think
$15's a little pricey. The entertainment, from what we saw, was great. Like I said, it wasn't a typical cruise, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to be great based on the NCL ships we've been on before. And this is their newest ship. They're going to typically put the best talent on those ships.
I know. And so they put on 2 shows in the theater. They have Donna Summer, the musical, and then they had Noisy Boys, which hadn't started yet. And we were so bummed not to see Noisy Boys, because if you've been on a ship that has Choir of Man, which is our absolute favorite show ever, Noisy Boys was created by the same people. So we saw some of the guys on board, they were wearing their little Noisy Boys jackets, and we're like, oh, I really want to see that show, and we didn't get a chance to see it. So if you're watching this video and you've been on Prima and you've seen Noisy Boys, rub it in our face and let us know how good it was.
Donna Summer show?
Okay, here's my
Boo, I didn't
review on Donna Summer.
Like Donna Summer, but the show just was a little slow for me.
The talent is good.
Yeah.
The people putting on the show are very talented. The singing is good. The dancing is good. The choreography is good. The storyline just didn't have it for us.
Just our preference.
Yeah, it's just a personal preference thing. Obviously, a lot of people like Donna Summer, the musical, or it would not have been chosen for this. I mean, it's a Broadway show. It's won awards. It's just not our thing. We have really enjoyed all of the shows put on by other NCL ships. This one just didn't hit us in the right place.
Yep. I didn't like the gym so much. I thought the gym was small. Small gym. I've been on a lot of ships, and I've been in a lot better gyms. I was disappointed. I really wanted this gym to be, I expected it to be a little nicer and bigger. It was really nice, but they didn't have a lot of leg equipment. They just didn't have a lot of equipment that should be standard in every gym. They were lacking. They may tweak that, based on their surveys that they get back from passengers, but I'm not gonna like that one.
Okay. Thermal suite. So the thermal suite, we've got lots of positives and one negative. So I love, love, love how you, as you're walking down the hall towards the gym, you look down and it's this beautiful, like there's water running down the walls, and there's two of the big Thalassus pools, and you see the stone loungers. So even if you're not, it's like a temptation, like, you want to go to the gym for free, but you see this area down here that costs extra. It's like, I really want to go down there.
You can buy a day pass. I think it was like $89 or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
$89, $99, something like that for a day pass. Totally worth it in my opinion, because you've got the
it was $99, wasn't it?
Was it? I can't
was
remember.
$89 or $99.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But they've got this big area with lots of stone loungers and very, very comfortable seating. It's very quiet and relaxing in there. Then they had all the saunas. You did the saunas.
The pools didn't bubble though.
That was our one negative. Yeah.
Yeah, that's our one negative. The pools, they're used to the button. It's like a giant hot tub. And they didn't have that. It's just like a pool. One of them was cool. One of them was warm.
Yeah, and I thought that was pretty cool because we got in the cool one at first. We're like, why is it cool? Well, then it dawns on me, okay, if you're going to go in those hot saunas and stuff like that, you need a place to cool off. So that actually made a lot of sense once I thought about it. But then we got up and went into the warm one because that's what we want it to be in. But it's a big, nice area. And then there's like 4 different saunas.
Yeah, there's an ice room where it pumps out ice and you can like rub it all over you and stuff. That was neat. Went in there. That was fun. Liked that. They have a dry sauna. They have a wet sauna. Then they have
an infrared sauna. I remember that.
Yeah, infrared sauna. Didn't go in that one. Kind of scared me a little bit.
And they had a salt room.
And a salt room, which I never got that part.
I don't get the salt
room. I don't go in
either.
the salt rooms. I don't get anything out of it. But the steam room was really nice. So all that was great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought the spa was good. It's not my favorite one we've been in, but it was nice. It gets the job done. And again, it's a matter of preference. I thought the layout was a little wonky.
I liked the layout.
But she liked it, so matter of preference.
Yep. Let's see, I think we've kind of covered everything. Activities.
What are we missing?
Indoor ship, outdoor ship.
Entertainment, food.
Okay, so the pool area. So this is different. So whenever we first walked out into the pool area, we were like, oh, this is kind of small. Again, you've got to remember they added that area on deck 8. So don't look at that pool area and think, is this it? Because it's not. It's just one of several pools. Also, the Vibe Beach Club
It's super cool.
is super cool. So we have never felt the need to pay extra for Vibe. But seeing Vibe on this ship, in my opinion, it's totally worth paying extra for if you're doing a warm weather Caribbean cruise. It's a beautiful area, very comfortable seating. It's got the 2 hot tubs in there.
Big hot tubs.
Very nice.
Private bar. Very nice padded loungers.
Yes. So when you get back from port and you just want to chill, that is an absolute wonderful place to go.
And it's really close to the buffet.
It really
so you can
is,
just get up and walk in and get you a couple of snacks, and make you a nice little meat and cheese tray, and then come back, sit on your padded lounger, and just watch life go by. All right. What else? Did they have a sky court or anything?
No,
they did not have the basketball court.
No, because they have that new area called the stadium, where you went in there and they had pickleball, and then that little court area could turn into, so not basketball, but you could play a lot of different sports in there.
Like tennis, ping pong.
Yeah.
They had some weird games. Beer pong.
They had beer pong.
That was fun. But, I think a lot of people may not like that. That's going to be interesting to see what you guys think about that. I think people are going to miss having the sky course and the basketball courts and all of that stuff. It's been replaced with some kind of strange games like beer pong. Basketball has been replaced with beer pong. Who knew? Lord almighty.
Yeah, so they have it set up with empty cups, but you can go to the bar and get actual beer if you want to play.
It's fun just taking the ping pong and throwing it in the ball.
I know.
I mean, little ping pong ball and throwing it in the cup. See if you can make it.
Yeah, I totally suck at that, but I actually made it in.
And then they had this it's like a table, and you sit down at it, and there's a soccer ball, and the table's clear, and you can see your feet messing with the soccer ball, and you have to try to kick it past the other person's feet and go underneath them in their seat. I'm like, huh? I didn't get that one. Oh well, anyway.
I'm thinking that's going to be a drinking game.
Yeah, a really dumb drinking game.
Okay, so the only area that we really haven't covered is the Haven. So we're not in the Haven.
Yeah, because we can't afford to stay in the Haven. So we're just not going to cover it.
Well, but we were able to. I will tell you that those of you that are Haven people, you'll know that on prior ships you had this area that was forward on the ship that was the main Haven area and had some rooms, and then there were other cabins sporadic around the ship in the spa area, aft, forward, all over the place. So I think they have taken the Haven ship within a ship concept and done it right on Prima. So all of the cabins are aft. It runs from deck 9 all the way up to deck 16. So all of the aft area is Haven. So if you were wanting an aft balcony and not wanting Haven, you're out of luck because they're all Haven now. But we did get a very quick peek at the Haven common areas, and it's very beautiful. They have their own, restaurant, own bar, own lounge areas, own sun deck, on pool. So if you really want that Haven experience, you never have to.
Their own elevators.
They do, yeah. They have private Haven elevators towards the back of the ship, so you can go up and down without, seeing
kind of
the
incognito.
rest of us. But yeah, it's a cool area if Haven's your thing. It's actually done very well compared to prior ships.
Yeah. Okay, so there's our likes and our dislikes. Overall, we liked it.
Yes.
2 thumbs up. Excellent ship. If you haven't booked it, book it. Okay, because you're gonna love it. I think. Yeah. And we're curious to see what you guys to say.
Yeah.
Right. And we're curious to see what you guys have to say about it. Let us know what you think about it whenever you get on it. We'd love to hear back from you.
Also, if you haven't booked it and you're interested in it, I am also a travel agent, so I would be more than happy to help you book this ship or any other Norwegian ship, and my email is down below. It is travel@eecctravels.com. And
she's a very good travel agent, I will say.
Thank you, honey.
I'm not just saying that because she's my wife. Seriously, I listen to her every day, and she works hard. She's good at what she does. And what do y'all think about her hair?
It's growing back.
It's getting thick. I tried to get her to let me put some gel in it and do a faux hawk.
Yeah, no, he did that when we were in Iceland. He
Remember
spiced it up and took a picture. I was like, no.
But anyway, that's a wrap, guys. If you're new to our channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you've been around a while, tell a couple friends. We'd love to have you. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.